the 3 methods through which you can immerse yourself in English. 3 techniques through which you can immerse yourself in English. Immersing in English is very important because it helps you create an English speaking environment. It helps. Hello everybody, how are you all? Hope you're doing great. So welcome back to another session of Learning English with me. Learning English and improving your English speaking skills. Well, today I have something really important for all of you. We all know that immersing in English is important, but how to do that? How to immerse in English? Well, today I have 3 methods for all of you. 3 methods through which you can immerse in English easily. That is, immersing in English, creating a native-like environment for English learning and English speaking for yourself. So are you all ready for this? I'm Shivangi Gupta, your CELTA certified English language tutor and communication coach, certified by the University of Cambridge, the UK. And before beginning, please subscribe the channel so that you do not miss out on any lesson that I post for you on the channel. Also like the video and share it with your friends too. Now coming back to today's lesson, that is the 3 ways to immerse yourself in English. Now what is immersion? Immersion is basically when you're surrounding yourself with English. You're maintaining a very healthy balance between your native language and learning English. Now why you are so comfortable while speaking your native language? Because you've been surrounded with this particular language since your childhood. You've been immersed into this particular language. We have to create similar environment for ourselves to improve our English speaking skills. We have to immerse in English. That is, we have to stimulate our mind through English environment. And how to do that? I have 3 methods for you. So let's get started with the method number 1. So the method number 1 is an English speaking day once a week. English speaking day once a week? Well, this is something different. I'm not talking about your English speaking practice. No, that is something that you're supposed to do every day, or at least follow a particular schedule to do it regularly. Now, one English speaking day in a week. Keeping an English speaking day once a week, that is one day in each week, every week, should be given to specifically English speaking. That means your focus must be to speak 90%, at least 90% of the time in that particular day in English. That is going to be your English speaking day. A day in which you are forcing yourself, pushing yourself deliberately to speak in English. Right after waking up in the morning, you're supposed to speak in English. You have to speak in English. Just consider that you are right now in an English speaking country. Now, in that country, would your native language work? No, definitely not. It would not work. So what will you do? You are forced to speak in English at that time. Similarly, this day is going to be a day when you have to speak in English. Right from the morning, right in the beginning, you're going to speak in English. Now, I do know at times you might be faced with a particular situation where you have to use your native language because the other party might not be so comfortable with English. It can happen in the day, and that's okay. At that time, it's fine for you to use your native language. For example, my native language is like Hindi, first language is Hindi. So it's fine to use that particular native language if the situation is you cannot avoid using it. That's fine. But whenever you can, you have to use English, only English. That is what you have to do. An English speaking day. This helps you get comfortable in English. This helps you create an English speaking environment for yourself. So you're waiting in a queue, you're talking to somebody, speak in English. You're placing an order for a cup of coffee, speak in English. You are boarding metro, you're boarding a taxi, you are reaching your office, wherever you are, you have to speak in English. This is going to be your day when you have to speak in English. Method number 2. Method number 2 is to at least keep 10 to 15 books in your reading area. So I've created a particular reading area, like I've always suggested, that please keep a reading area, maintain a particular reading area. It can be any part of your house, a small section of your house where you've kept some books and you can sit and read. Now you must have at least 10 to 15 books, different books to choose from. Keep a variety of books. For example, you can keep magazines, you can keep non-fiction, you can keep fiction, novels, short stories, whatever you want to read. You can even keep some comics in English if that motivates you to read English, because a lot of times people love reading comics, and if you're keeping a comic in English, it would help you stay motivated to read something in English. So whatever you love to read, buy that, purchase that in English version of something. You love reading short stories, go buy a book that is written in English, go buy a novel that is written in English. So that is something you are supposed to do. You are supposed to surround yourself with books, the kind of reading material that is going to inspire you. But keeping at least 10 to 15 books is important, because you must feel like, okay, yeah, there are English books that I'm gonna read, I'm motivated to read, to choose from. Because if you don't have any choice, you'll get bored. When you have so many choices in front of you, you are automatically inspired to read something, pick up something, choose something. Okay, there are 15 books, there are 16 books, I'm gonna choose something and I'm gonna start reading it today. And that is how you're gonna keep a variety with yourself, and from time to time add more books to that particular collection. But keeping at least 10 to 15 reading books with yourself at your home is something that you're supposed to do. Fresh books that you are going to read next. So you've read 2 to 3 books from that collection, add 2 to 3 new books to choose from. So always keep a selection of 10 to 15 reading materials that you have not read before. Method number 3. Well, method number 3 is to watch English movies and TV shows. Watching English movies and TV shows, well, they have their own benefits. It's always great to watch TV shows and English movies to improve your English. Now, sometimes it's important to just simply watch them, not making much efforts to learn certain things out of it, but to simply watch it in order to immerse yourself in English. Now, when you simply watch it, it's like you're conditioning your brain to get into an English speaking environment. Everybody there in the movie is speaking in English, and there is context. That means visualization of everything that you can relate with. It creates an English speaking environment for you, and you're immersed into English. Movies and TV shows, they are the great way to immerse yourself in English, because you're listening to some speakers who are engaging in a particular environment. You can learn a lot from the context, their expressions, the body language, everything. Now, it's not important every time you watch a movie to learn vocabulary, to pay attention to each and every phrase, maybe shadow after the speaker. No, it's not always so important. Sometimes you can simply watch it and immerse yourself. Maybe have a great time watching it. Just relax, watch the movie and immerse yourself in English. Just condition your mind with good English content. That is what you're supposed to do. So these were the 3 methods through which you can immerse yourself in English. 3 techniques through which you can immerse yourself in English. Immersing in English is very important because it helps you create an English speaking environment. It helps you stimulate your mind to speak English easily. That is what you are doing. So adopt these 3 particular techniques in order to immerse yourself in English. That's it today. That was it. Now I'm gonna meet you again with a new lesson. Till then, everybody, take care and bye.